Welcome to the beach, Portimão, Portugal, for the first of its kind WBUCC, the World Beach Ultimate Club Championships. We're into open power play, and we have got a behemoth matchup in front of us today. Latvia's Salaspils Wild Things taking on Belgium's Jetset Open. I'm Stefan Rabazzo alongside Mark Duty to bring you the action for this one. Mark, what do you like going on this one?
Well, Steph, it's two undefeated teams. So one of these teams is going to leave with their first loss of the tournament. It's two long-standing European franchises with a few really good pickups as well.
Yeah, you talk about the pickups. They do tend to believe that they've got some association with all of them, and they claim them as their own, but we know they're not from the city where they hail. As this man here, Justin's Fords, as Benji Reese joked to make him more Latvian yesterday. Karklinch bombs deep. Jorgensen's can't get there. Too much on it, and a turn for the Wild Things. First possession.
Yeah, already seeing some really exciting matchups. We've got Luca Tagnetti marking Justin Ford, and Spa-Halt has been given the Karklinch matchup.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Keep your eye. There's so much to keep your eye on, but there's two very sexy matchups to watch. Lander de Kran Ben Ort. How about that matchup? Spa-Halt distributes. Smezat goes into the backfield, up line for Derek, and he's not going to get there. Spa-Halt fires, and two turnovers with two overthrows.
Yeah, maybe with the conditions so different to yesterday, the team's still trying to adjust.
Ort went to Ford, and now Ford far sideline. Looks central. Ort and Ford exchange again. Backhand break, and overdoes it, and goes beyond Jorgensen's, and yes, something's not quite clicking for either of these attacking lines quite yet. Another turnover. Tagnetti with the disc. He just arrived today, so he will be the freshest of legs of all members on this field. Normally wearing the 97 shirt, now in the 9. He bombs deep. Derek is there. Bing! They've got a break on the first point of the game. Jetset Open. Break open the door.
Yeah, and after a few overthrows, we see a perfectly weighted flick hook from Tagnetti. Instant impact joining the team today.
Instant impact, the Italian. We asked how he got on the team. Christoph Philipp, one of the captains, is now acting coach as he's unable to play, knee injury. So how did Tagnetti come to be on this team? And in the end, I ended up getting to pat my own self on the back, Mark.
Yeah, well, the Tokay Super Team that made waves this year at Windmill is obviously having knock-on effects further on into the tournament. And Luca Tagnetti playing for Jetset is just one of those. Yeah,
exactly that. Lander and Tagnetti, they got on really well. They're both very similar defensive-minded players. They do definitely have their differences in how they play, but they do have this defensive pressure-first mentality. And they got on really well playing together, and that's carried over. So Tokay Super Team gets a pat on the back for Jetset's recruiting. Karklinch fakes the backhand, then gives the under. Ben Ort winds up, gives the backhand. Ford on the chase. Ford will not be he will! You gotta be kidding me. I thought that was down, but Ford comes up with the pink plastic in hand. I'm gonna want to see that one again. What a grab.
Yeah, incredible play from Justin Ford. Doing what he's been doing for the last 15 years. Doesn't matter if it's on grass, indoors, or on sand. He's going to be making plays like that for whatever team he's on.
I mean, he was even warming up before the game. I joked with Salaspils. Big mistake. You don't need Justin to warm up. He's ready to go straight out of breakfast. But whatever he did worked well, because that was an incredible chase. See if we're going to get a look here. Indeed. Wow, Justin Ford keeping that one off the sand some way, somehow. Great response by Salaspils.
Absolutely, and that's two of Salaspils international pickups, but they have played with the team before, so some chemistry there, having made the final of European Club Championships on beach with this team in 2022.
So Jetset will walk the disc up to the brick mark. That one's in the hands of Arnoud van der Oost, the top scorer for the Leuven outfit, and he gets things going. Brecht Heymans back to van der Oost. Looks like the Leuven O-line is a bit more of their regular Jetset players, plus Bon. Up line, far sideline, great connection. You see the chemistry there. Moyerson opens himself up on the far side for the goal.
Definitely, and you mentioned it being more of a homegrown O-line. I think that's a great thing when you're taking some international pickups to have those defensive-minded players like Lander de Crana, like Luca Tanetti. It's way easier to slot those in on your D-line where chemistry is less important. Those big plays that they can make have all more of an impact.
Yeah, I do like it in concept. Conversely, it is on Salaspils, so a clash of styles here, mentalities, but Salaspils do have their import players running the offense, but they've recruited differently too. Salaspils have recruited offensively minded players, while Jetset have gone and taken defensive stalwarts. This is really shaping up to be a great game. The more we get to kind of look into the details, the more sumptuous it seems.
Absolutely, and you've been a coach, Steph. Do you think you could ever face putting Justin Ford on a D-line?
Especially not as he gets even more mature in his playing days. It seems like it would just be a waste of so much talent. What a play! Justin Ford lays one out for Ben Art, and he responds by laying the body out very acrobatically, picks it up with the right hand down.
Yeah, these two just look like they're trying to outdo each other. Justin Ford laying out for Ben Ort's throw in the previous O-point, and Ben Ort repaying the favor. Incredible, incredible grab.
We talked about these two have both a mutual opponent thus far. They both played Murciélagos. Salaspils had a tougher time with them. They had to get to the end of that game, and Benji broke down the stats. Him and I were chatting last night, as we do at the end of a long day of Ultimate, and Benji's like, well, it's good to see that Salaspils really relied on their locals to finish the job. He's like, and I inquired deeper. He's like, yeah, second last point, Ben Ort to Justin Ford. Last point, Justin Ford to Ben Ort. And so we've seen it again here. They're starting off the same way they finished. Bontemps comes under. Bangs it deep. The chase is on. Tam trying to play catch up, but will not have the speed. Ravier was way in front and ensured it with two hands.
Yeah, that's just an incredible space throw. Both these teams also like to play a lot of the indoors format, and although the surface is very different, the 5-on-5 and the large pitch nature gives a lot of room for these open space throws, and we see that exemplified there.
So the first point of the game, a handful of turnovers, and since then it has been tidy, clean holds, trading back and forth. I guess what we kind of expected.
Yeah, it just took 1 point for both teams to get the eye in, and now they're absolutely off to the races.
But a big one for Jetset to be able to steal away the first point. They did opt for defense. They won the flip and opt for defense, a questionable call sometimes when you do get into a tight game. If it does trade, deep in the game and you lose by one, that can hurt. Karklintz is under this. De Craan has got it, and De Craan gets in front and takes it away. Great line by Lander de Cran to cut that off. I thought it was, you see a big one going up, you think it's automatic for Karklins.
Absolutely, but Lander de Crana has been a key part of the D-line for the Belgian national team this year, and he's just been taking scalp after scalp, and that's another one to add to the collection.
Yeah, plays like that is what did get him on Super Team. Now they go deep the other way, but I think they've overcooked it. They have indeed. Robbins had the legs pumping, but just too much on the throw. Jorgensen's goes to Ort, and Ort inside to Karklins. Cuts up field, they're stagnating. Back to Jorgensen's. And again, no throw. Podgorskis inside to Ford. Ford to Ort. Ort with a high stall count, waits for Ford to come back. Karklins fires deep, Ort on the chase, Spalholz defensively, double layout, and it's Ort's hand that has the Eurodisc in it.
Ort going deep again that time, not from Justin Ford, but from Karklins. Incredible grab. Really nice space throw. I know Ort had to make a really nice play there, but put it to a really good side of the pitch and allowed him to make that play.
And, defensively speaking, you can't ask for too much more than that out of Spalholz either. That was everything done. He was within, 6-8 centimeters of the disc. And somehow getting behind that hand, Ben Ort still has the presence of mind to throw his body, keep his eye on the disc, ignore the defender, and come down with a heck of a grab.
Yeah, with how hard it is to get D's off this Salaspils O-line at the moment, Jetset might be ruining that quick one-pass turnover.
Loving to see everybody in the chats. Love your input. Keep it coming. And you're right, Jordan. This is what high-level offense is supposed to look like, going both ways. Oh, yay. And then I'd say that, and we get a big old bobble. But maintained is the possession. Back in play, Van der Oost. Van der Oost goes far sideline for Heymans. Heymans into the dump space, gives and gets. Then the big under comes. Wouters goes forward to Van der Oost again. Inside, shot for goal. Those toes easily kept down. And Jetset back on the board. Another very, very tidy offensive possession.
Yeah, change of pace from the Jetset offense there. During that point, the wind really picked up, making this more of an upwind, downwind game, wind going from right to left. And Jetset adjusting on the fly, playing some real nice dump and swing offense, and putting in another clean hold.
Yeah, Moyerson, well injected, the goal scorer there. Had multiple touches, was able to generate space wherever he moved on the field. And there you see the nice, not necessarily a toe drag, but kind of just left his toes connected. Well, you feel that tape. That is the benefit of playing on the beach. You get the tape and the bare foot. Like, you really, really feel. And you can go under the line, too, which is nice. I'm still in. I'm underneath it. Does that still count for people with really big feet? Size 13, toes on the other side, but the rest of the body in?
That could be the future meta of Beach Ultimate. I wonder just how less in-out discussions there are on beach compared to the other game, because I think with the tape it's really got to help it be a lot more clear.
Yeah, you got to be right about that. But Gorskis brings the disc to the line and kicks things off. Throw to Ford to Karklins, and that is done. Wow. offense looks so easy with weapons like that.
Yeah, that's an incredible cut from Kirkland. Had the Krana right in his back and then one shoulder fake and gained about 3 yards of separation. That's more than enough.
Kirkland. Here comes the under, quick, thrown into the collarbone of Haymans. Haymans goes deep, Moyerson goes up, and there's a miss. Our first turn since the first point of the game.
And that's the first real contested shot that Jetset have thrown. Salaspils capitalizing immediately.
So there was 2 other turns on the 3-3 point. Excuse my ignorance. Back in play, shot deep immediately. Tam twists his body. Appenis trying to give an immediate cut, does it in the dump space, right back to Tam. Feeder in, and Salaspils break back to take their advantage.
Yeah, that's Tam, the Estonian. Plays his club Frisbee for Tartu Turbulence, but as the Salaspils guys were saying, that community is all very tight-knit, and they see him almost every weekend at various indoor and beach tournaments, so while he is an international recruit, a lot of experience playing with this team, and it showed there.
Yeah, recruitment by proximity there. He's a neighbor. They play against him more often than with him, but they do still get their chances to have the big lumbering Estonian on their side, and of course another member of the Tokai super team, and a player who's just getting better every single point he plays, never mind every game he plays. Only 4.5 years of experience and is this good already. Yes, it makes you shake your head and say, geez, why are some people just this blessed? But never mind the work he puts in as well. Jetset, first time of the game they'll have to leave their O-line out there as Bontemps comes under and fires as Moyerson comes chasing underneath. Moyerson to Darik. Darik tries to spot Van der Roos, but not there. Now Wouters, high, and Bontemps misses. It goes off the hands. He was trying to keep the toe down and couldn't go max jump because of it.
We see the increasing wind there starting to play effect. That throw just popping up and forcing Bontemps to try and make a tougher grab than he was expecting.
Now, Jakob Tam to Ned Garvey, the Narwhal. Sends forward, and hands there required. Kasparens goes to the far sideline. Abeltinch. Kasparens and Abeltinch again. Tam in the red zone, fires. Abeltinch has space and takes. Nice throw, nice catch. Another break, and Salaspils starting to flex with 2 breaks in a row.
Yeah, Tam, no stranger to turbulence, throwing a perfectly weighted throw despite the wind. And he's been at the focal point of their 2 breaks now.
Jakob Tam, and this is the thing with him, as good as he is, as great as you know, as well as he collects stats from beginning of the end of tournament, beginning of the end of the game, he is a clutch player. That's what I noticed having him on a team that I was part of with Super Team, but just watching him play, the bigger the moment gets, the higher this man rises, in every sense of that word, whether he's required to do the throwing, the receiving, the block getting, he's there, and it doesn't seem to feel any bit of pressure, or maybe feels it and just it really makes him better.
Absolutely, and Salaspils have already had to fight from behind once this tournament, clutching out a Univer point win against Murciélagos,
who Jetset handled quite comfortably. So 2 breaks back-to-back for the Latvians. De Craan goes to Spalholz, back again. De Craan will take, this time it looked like Spalholz, but as Van der Oost gets inside. Sofiane Bontemps wanted to go over top, now goes around to Spalholz. Spalholz leads the backhand, Van der Oost switches grip, and then just the dump. Spalholz to Heymans, Heymans to Van der Oost. Van der Oost leads inside, Lander de Craan there, and a hold to break up the momentum that Salaspils had built.
Jetset switching over some of their D-line guys to help anchor the O-line there, and Spalholz and de Craan getting involved and helping them put in to end the run of Salaspils breaks.
So 6-5 Jetset, a break would put us on Galaxy Point. A hold will be the Latvians, Salaspils, Wild Things, taking the half. Big one, hits hard. Jørgensen keeps it in and plays from the back of the end zone. But Gorskius winds up, goes to the sidelines. Karklins fires deep. Ort on the chase in front of Tognetti, but disc in front of both of them. And Jetset do get a chance to force Galaxy.
And Ort's been making some incredible plays already so far this game, but that one too far even for him.
Tognetti to pick up. Flanked by Gassenmeyer, who does get it after the inbound. Tariq comes back to the disc. Now Tognetti. Tognetti fires deep. Chase is on. Looks good. Indeed it is. Gassenmeyer gets there, and we have forced a Galaxy Point. Another break now for Jetset.
And Tognetti showing up today and making a huge impact, anchoring that break. Lovely weighted throw.
Yeah, Tognetti, incredible defensive-minded player, a calm, cool, collected player with the disc. You know, and this is the difference between a Lander and a Tognetti. We were talking about it earlier. Lander is a true defensive-minded player, you know, happy to get it back and play that aggressive style, happy to shoot liberally with the disc. Tognetti, just a chiseled veteran. He may have been a bit more like that when he's younger, but now will still play defensive first and able to flip the switch and play a quarterbacking style of attack. Both styles very handy, and I mean, even more handy when they're playing together.
Certainly. And with how Jetset have used their last few break opportunities, having someone who is able to slow down the play and anchor it like that is exactly what they needed.
So that pull goes out. Jørgensen will bring it to the brick mark. I believe the first brick we've seen in the game today.
We see Bontemps crossed over for this D point. They know how important it is.
Apenis goes to Karklins. Karklins goes inside. Ford, who wanted to lead but put it away, waits for the return help. Hernans sends to Karklins. Karklins to Ort. Ort spins. Car clinch again. Spalholtz moves the mark, then back to Bernans. Around to Karklins. Flipper over the top. Ort Tognetti. Ort gets his hand. Great contest for the disc, but it's Salaspils Wild Things that take the half.
Yeah, another great grab from Ort, but I'm so impressed by his patience there. He had Tognetti on his shoulder, and he just waited for that space throw. It eventually came in the form of a scuba from Karklins.
So halftime taken. Short breaks at the half, but it is Salaspils who take the half and leaves us on serve after a set of 2 breaks apiece in the first half. So Jetset, and now this is the position we spoke about, winning the flip and opting for defense. If they trade on out now, Jetset will have had 1 less offensive possession, and that can sometimes be the difference. Let's see how this plays itself out in the second half.
Especially when you've got 2 O-lines playing as clean as they have been.
Heymans sees the pull to the ground, goes center of their own end zone to Van der Oost. Wouters continues and gets it again from Bontemps. Center to Van der Oost. Heymans, Bontemps. Good looking offense to move it into the red zone. Heymans, catch and release. Now Wouters winds up the hammer, puts it away. Wouters gets Van der Oost coming under on the sideline. Back to Wouters, middle of the field. Van der Oost surveying and finds a seam in the middle, just enough for the goal. Johnny on the spot, Elias Ravier for the goal.
It's really interesting to see the change in the styles of Ultimate, playing up from right to left. Listen, I'm a fan of big hooks and big grabs, but seeing the small ball that Jetset were playing there is really cool also.
Yeah, well played. Nice way to start a half. Get the offense cooking. Benji Reese in the chat. He's looking to get his board license plate. Likes what Ben Ort's doing out there. And maybe almost as much as he likes a good old Simpsons reference.
And Ben Ort, no stranger to fitting into teams seamlessly. Obviously, he went over to the States and won gold at the USAU Nationals with Truck Stop, and showing why he was such a valuable piece for them here.
Yeah, and seemed to fit in for an EUCF championship as well. Not so long ago, the Dutchman playing with the Belgians. Jorgensens. Underneath to Ford. Ford fires. Ort has clearance and another goal. Those two continue to connect like they were born next to each other. So 8-7, that is the go-ahead. They continue to dictate to Salaspils Wild Thing. Putting their D-line back out there, of course, as mentioned, by virtue of the flip and the balanced breaks in the first half. Pressure on the shoulders of Jetset to be able to find a break to win, or an additional break if Salaspils are able to generate another. Heymans in his end zone, big gainer. Bontemps catches low. Bontemps leads. Moyerson Gets Heymans in the face with a chisel. Lead, corner, Bon Top collects. Couple of snowmen on the board. It's 8 apiece.
Yeah, I love the patience on that shot. Thought he was going to try squeeze the inside at first, but then opted for that lovely around space throw instead. And Bon Top more than happy to eat that up.
Bon Top, another who played with Ort over on the pitches at Ostend for the Mooncatchers. So we get a couple Moon boys on either side of the field.
Maybe he's the answer they need to this Ben Ort goal scoring spree, because Jetset really need to find something as we get into the later stages of this game.
And as Ort fits into teams well, some love in the comments. Duty, the new commentator, fitting in well, that's for sure. Second day on the job. Happy to have him in the booth. Jorgensen's to Ford. Ford finds Ort. Flipper over the top. Karklins keeps his toe and then steps out. Back to Ort, and a foul called between Ort and Lander, assumed as a push-off of sorts. Karklins. Backhand to the corner. Jorgensen's gets clearance, and nice quick after the tap in, I think. Got a step before the defense was quite ready.
Yeah, filling the vacuum left by Ort. It was great to see Jetset at least able to force him out of the end zone, but Salaspils just able to go to another threat instead.
And more love coming for Duty. Love to hear it. Brian Jones, who is this color commentator, Mark Duty, and Chorin, Mr. Ort, telling us that not only did Ben and Justin play together with Salaspils on the beach 2 years ago, but also back in Toronto for the Rush back in the day, 2019. Moyerson comes under, Bontemps gives the next cut. Bontemps goes center, Van der Oost, now Heymans. Heymans to Van der Oost. Far sideline, Ravier. Inside, Heymans, 2 hands on it. Heymans leads, but maybe put too much. Indeed he did, gave the defense a chance, and that chance was enough. There is a foul call, and I think I get that. The throw was asking for a foul, though.
100%. A lot of contact, certainly, so I understand the receiver calling it initially, but yeah, we see after some discussion, it's retracted, and it'll be Salaspils' disc.
Yeah, like there was contact, but that was not the fault of the defender. The defender was in the space first. The throw through there, and the desperation to try and make the catch was really what initiated. Fired deep the other way, Bontemps and Abeltinch on the chase. Abeltinch with a step, and Abeltinch with the goal. A break for Salaspils Wild Things. They're up 10-8 right now.
Yeah, the Salaspils D-line taking some inspiration from the O-line. Just a beautiful shot to the end zone, and who better than Abeltinch to have running it down?
Yeah, beautiful shot there. This squarely shifting the pressure now. Over to the Leuvenites. This is what I assume people from Leuven would be called.
If it's not, it's what they should be.
From here on out, Leuvenites they are. Of course, Leuven hosted the Elite Invite this year out of the EUCS, the European Qualifying Series. And yeah, just outside of Brussels, really like 20 minutes from the airport. Lander de Krane fires inside to Dariq. Van der Oost and Moyerson. Moyerson fakes the backhand and now waits. Dariq goes to Heymans. Heymans looks up. Moyerson did have a step, but it was put away. Now de Krane gets a double step, and all sorts of room comes down with that one. Nice clean hold for Jetset Open as they cross over de Krane.
Yeah, that's a nice option to have to bring over to shore up your O-line, isn't it? That's the second time he's taken them out of a hole, and now he'll have to help them get some breaks as well.
A player they may well be leaving out there. You already see Tognetti and Spalholz. No, they will go with a fresh 5, which is still smart, I think, at this stage of the tournament and this game. There is still time to stack a line, but 10-9, of course, games to 13 or 45 minutes, and then a +1. Currently, our clock at 36. So 9 minutes to play. There's plenty of time. Lands in, rolls out. That's going to be a front corner initiation for Bernans and Salaspils.
Yeah, ideal pull for Jetset. This is exactly where they want to pin the Salaspils O-line.
Jurgensen's leads to Karklins. Karklins backhand underneath. Ford motions to Ort and puts it away. Bernans. Jurgensen's off and running. Karklins comes under. And pick calls. I'm not sure where. They all look very well separated right now on the field. Karklins back in play, goes to Jurgensen's. Underneath, Ort. Waits for a cut from Ford, gets separation, then goes inside to Karklins. Leads, Jurgensen's there for the goal. 11-9, 2-point lead again.
Yeah, Salaspils doing a great job of swinging the disc there. Lovely clearing cut from Ford. I thought he was going to get the goal, but instead, a safer option to Karklins. He throws a lovely swing.
I think Ford's cut was, I mean, everybody knows what he can do. I think a lot of people help defense reacts to it, but with a little fake and that great cut up line, as soon as they went back to Karklins, there was a lot of separation for the remaining cutters.
Absolutely, and it's super interesting to see that point. Jetset leaving the centering pass open on the initial play. They seem to be okay with letting Salaspils swing the disc, but it doesn't seem like the best idea to let them off the corners for so free.
Van der Oost looks off wisely as the defense tightened. Then the deep shot comes. Heymans, big, what a take! Going to the ground, Elias Ravier takes the goal and brings it back to within 1.
Well, if you need a player to light a fire under you, it's a grab like that. Hopefully that's the injection of energy that Jetset need to try and finish out this game strong.
What a fantastic layout that was. Oh, wow, love that angle on our roaming camera out there, right on the line to get the goods. Ravier, goodness gracious. Now, D-line opportunity, and still a balanced line. I mean, everybody on all of these teams, all top-level athletes, but Tognetti not on a D-line in a late-game situation. Keeping them on the shelf. They got time before they open the jar. Sent deep, great pull, bounced and lands, and they'll have to play from the back of the end zone. Jurgensen's They are in Callahan country. Will they get out alive? Carclinch with the disc. Ort's gone deep. Ford's come under. Ford fires deep. Jurgensen's all alone. 5 meters out, waiting for the rest to arrive. Ford gives him an option and straight back. Jurgensen's very tidy stuff out of Salaspils Wild Things as they go up by 2 and put themselves on game point.
And that's frustrating if you're a Jetset fan. Incredible pressure that they're putting on, but then just a blown switch that allowed Jurgensen's to streak deep.
Yeah, it really did feel like they had them in as tight of a situation as we've seen. They are very calm and cool, these Salaspils Wild Things. But some high stall counts when your end zone and even the back of the end zone is that close to you, it starts to get tense, but they handled it well.
Certainly, and with players like Ford and Carclinch being such deep threats, it really allows them to be those release valves in late stall as defenders are respecting them towards the end zone.
Benji Reese thinks this could legit be the final. I think I wouldn't be disappointed, and I think there's at least 1 or 2 other teams that might take exception to that with some legitimacy, but could very well be. But for now, power pool game, who's going to take it? Driver's seat is indeed the Salaspils, but Heyman's hoping that they can find a way. Big collision. Abeltint and Wouters bang shoulders and go down, I think blindly. Neither of them saw one another. They're both back on their feet. They both seem fine. I don't think it affected play or possession at all. But boy, oh boy, did they hammer into one another. There it is again. Bontemps wearing the Desmarais jersey, taps it in, goes around. Heymans picks up with the right hand low. Eyes upfield, centers, gets 2 hands on it by Wouters, and another collision. Garvey and Heymans get tangled.
Yeah, that's one of those tough ones. Heymans turning around really quickly, super hard to react to as a defender.
Yeah, it's a nice cut, but it is, it's not Garvey's fault that he is in tight pursuit. So 2 stoppages on the point. Wouters and Jetset continue their way in search of that end zone. Van der Oost leads, gets Heymans. Heymans in front. Van der Oost throws the body. Boom in the corner. Wouters gets space, and they bring it to within 1. 11-12 the score.
Well, that'll be Jetset's O-line last time in the field. They have to leave it all on the pitch now. I'm sure we'll see Tognetti on this D-line. And
you're right, he has just stepped on. Will he stay? Because there were 6. Who's staying? We do see Spalholz, De Craan, and Tognetti, so the 3 externals, joined by Derrick.
And no doubt
I believe that's Gassenmeyer.
No doubt they'll take the cutting trio of Ort, Carclinch, and Ford. It's just a matter of who takes who.
I think, yeah, how do you slice them? The De Craan Carclinch was one that was a nice matchup. I'm gonna guess we're gonna get that again. Nice pull, lands in, rolls out. Bernans will start from the front corner of the end zone. So they put themselves in as good enough as position as they might ask for from the pole.
Yeah, would love to see some more pressure on the dump here.
Sent deep straight away. Karklins, Spalholtz. Karklins right. Oh! Bounces off the hand. Double touch there. Spalholtz went up early and it was effective.
Yeah, that's a rare drop you see from Karklins. Usually one of the safest hands in the game going up for those in the end zone, but maybe the pressure of this tight game taking its toll.
Sent in the around backhand from Dadik. Gassenmeyer straight into the hands of Jurgensen's. And now another chance to end things. Bernans to Karklins. Fakes with the backhand once, twice, and then looks back. Bernans goes upfield, leads it high. Bernans runs into it, and the Wild Things take the game. 2-point victory, 13-11 in power pools.
And just another clutch play from Jurgensen. The focus has been on their three cutters, Ort, Ford, and Karklins, but when they've needed him, whether it was streaking deep past the blown switch, getting free when Ort was pushed out of the end zone, or that clutch D there, he has really been an excellent piece for them.
Big plays all over the field, great performances. I mean, the matchups we were getting throughout that game, if this is the final, boy, am I looking forward to another chance at that, as much as Jetset probably are too, for a little bit of redemption from a few of the late game second half errors they had. But Van der Oost tallies up another 4 assists. Heymans gives himself 3 in a losing effort. 3 goals for Ravier, and on the winning side, Ford with 4 goals and an assist. Ort with 4 assists and a goal. Or sorry, other way around, 4 goals and an assist, and it was Ford with 4 assists and a goal. Karklins down to the bottom, 5 assists and a goal. Let's have a look at the game stats here. Anything that jumps off the screen for you there, Duty?
Yeah, just look at the number of clean hulls there. This really was the highest level of beach offense certainly I've seen so far this tournament, and it shows in the stats.
Yeah, what a game. The intensity we had, unmatched so far. And a incredible game to kick off day 3. We got the weather is back, the sun is shining, and I don't know where I would rather be than right here after yesterday's inclement weather. We're back on the beach. We get a game like this, open division, shows us how tidy they can be, and nothing but top level entertainment here, Duty.
Absolutely, and only more to come as we get into power pools and the later stages of this tournament.
So power pools, more action coming up as you would only come to expect. Next game, Yaka versus Florida matching players. Quick rundown of the day. Manchot Putti in the mixed division. Magic Disc 33 tours or 33 tours. Stade Bordelais, an all French affair in the open division. Boracay Ultimate taking on Beach Bulls from USA. Free Speed Basel taking on Ampersand, another US club. Casayetas, a Spanish club, taking on the Red Hot Torrijas from Belgium. And then the last game of the day in the mixed division, we will have to wait for some results to get there. That will be power pool play. So thank you so much for joining us. Mark Duty, a pleasure to have you. Wonderful job you've done in the booth. We're happy to have you back when you're clear of your playing responsibilities. But for Mark Duty, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks again. We'll catch you next time.
Don't let me down. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.